Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Chosen Podcast. It's Wes with the Chosen Ones. This episode, I got a real dope shooter, Maddie Petroelje from Hudsonville, the senior, committed to Loyola Chicago. So enjoy this episode. Make sure you watch it all. It's going to be great. Peace. Maddie Petroelje, what's going on with you today?
Nothing much. Just glad to be here.
Cool. This is take two. We tried this about a week or so ago, and so we had some technical difficulties, but this time around it's gonna be better.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
excited to talk to you, Maddie. And try this again. But also, since you played 3 games, so you guys are off to a 2-1 start. Talk about how you guys are looking so far.
Yeah. We had a tough loss to West Catholic off the jump, but it was a good learning experience for our team, especially our young girls, and we bounced back with wins against Catholic Central, Midland Down. We have a big one against EGR tomorrow. So just getting that experience and that growth is huge for us right now, and I think we're definitely building off of that first loss that we had.
So EGR tomorrow. Talk about that game. I know Macy, Macy a lot. So yeah, talk about how important that game is.
Yeah. Me and Macy are best friends, so it's gonna be fun, like going out there and competing against each other.
Yeah.
But it's just another opportunity to go out and play a game and hopefully come out with a W.
No doubt. Shout out to Macy. That's gonna be a great game.
Yeah, for sure.
Excited to see who comes out on top with that one.
Yeah.
The Battle of the Amazing.
In that one.
Right. Battle of the Amazing Blue as well.
Yep, exactly.
Speaking of Amazing Blue, last we talked, you guys are Michigan fans.
Yep.
Michigan won the Big Ten.
Big win.
Yeah.
It's great.
So how you feeling about the chances in the playoff?
I don't know. I think TCU is a good draw.
Yeah.
I think that's a good possibility to win there, but we'll have to see.
It's gonna be dope. I know it's not likely on Ohio State side. I don't think they're gonna beat Georgia.
Yeah.
But in the likelihood of them beating Georgia, would you like to see a round 2 for the first time in history?
I don't know. I think Michigan will have to play just as good, if not better, to beat them a second time. It's always hard to beat a team 2 times, especially within a span of like a month. Like,
absolutely,
if they play each other again. But I don't know.
For sure.
I think Michigan could pull it out, but I think it'll definitely be a lot closer the second time around.
No doubt. So speaking of, it's hard to beat a team multiple times. We can kind of go into reflect on last year. So you guys beat Rockford twice in the regular season, right?
Correct.
And then played them in the playoffs and fell short of repeating. So talk about that, and maybe what was your biggest lesson learned from last year?
Yeah. I've never lost to Rockford my whole high school career until that moment. So playing them, I remember my freshman year, we played them 3 times. We beat them the 3rd time in regionals.
Yeah.
So, we're just so familiar with each other, and we play pretty much the exact same way. So it's kind of, once you play each other like 8 times over like the course of my high school career, they're a great team. They were a really good team, and they still are this year. So it's hard. You have to come out and play your best every single night against a team that good. But
no doubt,
they had the upper edge on us that night. So, yeah.
They did. Yeah. Like we just said, hard to beat a team 3 times. I think we talked about this in our Take 1 episode where we lost to Hudsonville my junior year, beat them twice. So yeah, definitely hard, especially in a rivalry
for
game.
sure. Yeah,
you know what
definitely.
I mean? Yeah. So what would you say were some of the biggest differences in your game between being a sophomore and being a junior?
I would definitely say my confidence. I think I grew up a lot. Like, my maturity grew. I kind of was more comfortable with my teammates and just myself. So like making the extra step to like do the little things and give like 100% effort no matter what was the biggest thing. It was hard last year because I was like face guarded again. So like just like getting used to that, like right off the jump was hard for me. But I was able to like stay composed and like do the things that I could and like the things I could control.
Yeah, no doubt. How important would you say, doing other things other than scoring How important is that when you're getting face guarded and you're not getting the looks that you want?
Yeah, I think from like a personal side, you get like super down because you're not scoring and that kind of stuff. But like you can bring yourself up by um, getting a turnover, stealing it, block
Yeah,
shot, like diving on the ball, loose balls, all that kind of stuff. Just
for
gives
sure.
yourself the confidence, and then your coaches and all that, and like it just shows that you're not all about like the scoring side of it. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
no doubt. Yeah, that's super important, man. That's super important. Um, so your AAU career ended recently playing
Hmm.
with NBA,
Yep.
and you've been with them for a long time.
Yep.
What has
Hmm.
that program meant to you as a player and as a person?
Yeah, it's kind of meant everything to me. I mean, growing up, and that's kind of like where I fell in love with the game. And Noel Brown, just from the jump, just poured so much into me, like as
Yeah.
not just as a player, but as a person and into my family. And
Mm-hmm.
just being able to grow up watching like the older Brown sisters play and being able to play alongside Macy and just being
Yeah,
able to build like the relationships from like when we were super little to now,
for
it's just been
sure.
so fun. And just
Yeah.
like on the recruiting and like player side of it, just the player development is just like incredible over there, and the culture that we have is just it's like no one else has like the culture that we have over there.
No doubt. No doubt. I'm sure Noel Brown is plugged in almost everywhere in the nation when it comes to
Hmm.
college programs. Talk
Yep.
about how that benefited you in your process.
Yeah. I think I kind of got like an early jump on the recruiting process, but it wasn't like exactly like where I wanted it to be or like
Yeah.
expected it to be. But she just
Mm-hmm.
did a great job of like before the season started, like sitting down, like what schools do you want to go to, like blah blah blah. Like I'll contact them for you. I'll set up a connection, and just
Mm-hmm.
knowing that she cared so much, and it like and being able to motivate me and like go out in live periods and stuff and just perform to the best of my ability. And knowing
Yeah.
that she like set up that contact for me was just super
Yeah.
important.
No doubt. No doubt. Um, was that period ever stressful for you? And if so, what parts of it were the most stressful?
Yeah, they're definitely, it was probably like the hardest like 4 years that I've ever had, just to be able to like see like what other people are getting and the offers they have, but to know that like that's not for you. Like you all have your like unique path and all that kind of stuff. So just like
Yep.
sticking to the process and trusting your own work, and that like the offers will come in.
For sure. For sure. I I think social media is great. It's a
Hmm.
blessing and a curse.
Yeah, for sure.
At a lot of times, I don't envy you guys, your generation, because you're seeing almost every day,
Yep.
who's getting offered by what and stuff by who and
Hmm.
stuff like that. When I played, showing my age here, but we didn't have Twitter.
Yeah. Hmm.
Facebook was just coming around. But if someone got offered, we had to physically go on rivals.com
Yep.
or, prephoops.com. And even that report would probably come out a couple days later. Not
Hmm.
live, like, hey, I just got an offer, just got
Yeah.
off the phone. So yeah, definitely don't envy you guys in that, but I do envy the reach that you guys may be able
Yeah.
to um, have
Hmm.
when you're
For
posting your
sure.
highlights on social media and things like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, it's
yeah,
definitely a big help.
no doubt, no doubt. So let me see if I can say this in one take. Loyola, Chicago.
That was good.
I
That was
can't say
good.
the Loyola part,
Yeah, it
but
took me a while.
yeah, yeah. So talk about that and what made them the best choice for you.
Yeah, I went down to Loyola like my summer or the summer going into my freshman year, and it was just like Noel like on like calling me, hey, like they want you down at the camp, like you and Macy can go, whatever, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really think much of it. I mean, it was like the first like D1 camp I went to, and I
Yeah.
played really well, and it kind of just built like the connection right away. And
Mm-hmm.
then obviously like AU was a little weird, like my after my freshman year with COVID, so like I didn't really have that AU season.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
then
yeah.
after that, I reached or like we got in contact. They came to some of my high school games, little AU film. Like we would like
Mm-hmm.
record it and like post it on YouTube so like, they could watch it and stuff. So then I went down there for a visit and they offered me.
Wow.
And I kind of had like some others offers on the table, and I didn't really know what I was going to do.
Yeah.
Then I ended up committing there this past March. And then
Mm-hmm.
like 2 weeks later, the coaching staff got fired. Well, like she didn't get her contract didn't get renewed.
Yeah.
So I kind of had like the little waiting period. I didn't know what I was going to do. And then the
Okay.
new coach, Allison Guth, she's from Yale, and she recruited me
Mm-hmm.
when she was out there. So
Okay.
once I figured out that was who the coach was going to be, and once I met the coaching staff, it just felt like even better than it was in the first place, and it really felt like home.
Right.
So it ended up
Yeah,
it all worked out in the end.
for sure. That's crazy. Relationships go
Yep.
a long way.
Yeah.
And there's so much I can say about this. Like, it ended up working out in your coach's favor that she already had a relationship with you when you were recruiting at Yale.
Yep.
But on the flip side, like, what if you didn't give her a time of day? You're like, Yale, forget Yale,
Yeah.
right? What do you think would have happened there?
I think it probably been a little bit different story
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah.
Cause like when Yale, like it was like really early. It was like my freshman year, and I mean, I was super young. I was like barely 14 years old, and I was like, Yale.
Okay.
Like, why would I ever want to go to Yale? Like that was like
Yeah.
totally not like
Yeah.
in the picture, but just
Right.
like keeping with it and be like, oh, you never know like how much you would actually
Yeah.
love it, and it's
Right.
keeping that connection. So yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And glad you did that.
Yep.
Unlike me, I was getting letters from Columbia, which is an Ivy League
Yep.
as well. I didn't respond to nothing. I'm like, Columbia?
Yeah.
I'm not even smart enough for Columbia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so all that to say, I think it's really important because you never know, what coach is going to end up where.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So any coach that is interested in you, just be respectful and
For sure. Yeah, you never know
respond
where
to
it leads
them.
you.
And exactly. So it ended up working out your favor, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
So senior year is here. I'm
Yep.
sure it came by quick.
For
We
sure.
talked about your
It's
two.
crazy.
Wow. We talked about your 2-1 start. So how has your role in this first 3 games, like how do you feel this year compared to last year as far as your role on the team? Is it different? Do you feel like it's the same?
It's definitely different. I think the first game was super weird for me, not having JC and Elena out there with me. So I was like, at first I was like, well, like I don't have like them to pass to. They're not like right there, like that kind of stuff. So it took like the first game, it was really hard for me, and then I kind of like settled in, and I was able to just like I talked about earlier, like doing the little things because I was face guard. I've been face guard all 3 of the games, so just finding like another gear and like finding the little things that I can do to impact the team.
Right. That's good. Yeah, definitely. Gotta do more. But I think you're gonna do that. So speaking of JC and Atlanta, do you still keep in touch with them at all?
Yeah, we talk here and there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How are they doing? I know Elena had some surgery recently.
Yeah, she was hurt. She's supposed to be cleared in December, so hopefully she'll play soon.
Yeah, I think her mom told me the injury happened in that game against Byron Center.
It happened against Byron Center. She dove for a loose ball, and she like landed on it, and it like popped out.
Okay.
And they didn't really, and she didn't really think anything of it. And then it just got worse. I mean, it never like healed 100%. So yeah.
Golly. Golly. Yeah, that's terrible. But looking at her mom's posts on like Facebook and stuff, it seems like she's recovering nicely.
Yeah, she's doing good. Yep.
Yeah, that's what's up. So besides EGR, what's the game that you're looking forward to the most?
Probably Rockford.
The get back.
Yeah,
game.
I mean they're going to be super good. They're super good again this year, so it's going to be tough. But even like, I mean, going out there and just being able to compete against them like for like 2 more times, like it's gonna be super fun. Just kind of like surreal that like that's like the last few times I'll be able to play them. So
yeah. Always fun to play Rockford.
Mm-hmm.
Not as fun to play at Rockford.
Nope, not my
I ain't gonna lie
favorite.
to you.
Not at all.
Yeah, they definitely got that home court advantage
Yeah, for
going for
sure.
them. You know, so let's talk about Hudsonville. You know, your basketball
Yep.
program in general. You know, there's no secret that you guys have been winning a lot of games the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
State championship 2 seasons ago,
Yep.
and so talk about why Hudsonville's program has been excelling the way it has been.
Yeah, I would say definitely like our culture and just like kind of
Mm-hmm.
what we instill from the jump. Like as you like come in as a freshman, just like our big thing is family, which is we like forget about me, I love you. So it's like family. So we say that every day. So it's just like
That's what's
being able
up.
to give like always be there, always have your teammates back, cheer them
Yeah,
on, just like the little things and just like it's just crazy, just like how close and like we've gotten over. I mean, that's why we're so good. It's just the team chemistry we have, and I feel
for
like
sure.
I mean we've been really talented, but like being able to have that team chemistry and stuff just takes it a step further.
Yeah, a whole new level. That's what's up. We talked briefly before just about you know, how you approach the mental side
Yep.
of the
Yeah.
game as a program.
Mm-hmm.
So talk about that and how instrumental that is to you guys' success as well.
Yeah, we started, or Coach Glass started something, play green. So it kind of basically
Mm-hmm.
means like, don't worry about mistakes. Like you have to move on, like pick your head up. So we
Yeah.
had green shoelaces, like we cut them and we tie them on our shoes. Because the first thing
Okay.
that you do when you make mistake is you look down. So like you look down
Exactly.
and you see like the green shoelace and it just reminds you like play green, play green, play green. And
For
we
sure.
really started that my freshman year, my sophomore year, and sophomore year obviously won
Man.
state. So just having that
Right.
mindset every single game. I mean, we definitely had some rough games. We lost to
Mm-hmm.
EGR by like 30, like my sophomore year before we came back and ended up
Mm-hmm.
beating them in regionals. And that was like
Sure did.
a
Yeah.
definitely play green moment. Like we can't worry about the last game. We just have to pick it up this game.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. Y'all did bounce back and got them.
Mm-hmm.
How comforting is that to have that type of atmosphere where you're not as afraid to make a mistake?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of teams I play for make a mistake. I'm looking at the bench like, am I coming out? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Talk about that a little bit.
Coach Glass has a lot of trust in us, and he knows that
Yeah.
like if we're making mistakes, we're gonna bounce back, and we'll forget about it just
Mm-hmm.
because he's put that faith and trust in us. So like, it just makes us
Mm-hmm.
feel more comfortable. Like mistakes are gonna happen, but that's where like we learn and
Yeah.
grow from the most. So it's been super nice, like having
Absolutely.
like that understanding, like trusting relationship with him.
For sure. For sure. And that's good to have a coach that knows, yeah, mistakes are going to
Yep.
happen. It's just about how we
Yeah.
respond to it,
Exactly.
you know? So you guys are really intentional with kind of getting together and talking about these
Yeah,
things. Did I
we have
understand that right?
like personal growth Mondays, or sometimes we do like Wednesdays, and it's just like
Yeah.
talking about what holds you back. Like those are our two big things.
Mm-hmm.
And just being like vulnerable with each other and like be able to like talk about the things that like why do you shut down after you make a mistake, or like how should we react like when you had a bad day and that kind of stuff. So it's just like been really
Yeah.
nice to be able to like share and like know that it's in like a safe space.
Yeah. That's incredible. Music to my ears. And I told you too that we started the Chosen Academy back in
Yeah,
the
it's super
spring where
cool.
we set a similar atmosphere, you know, talking to different athletes just about that stuff. So yeah, how do those conversations typically go? Did it take a minute for the girls to buy in, or
I think coach does he kind of likes to start them off like with him like talking about himself. So I think kind of like
okay,
opens up like the room, and it kind of makes it like calm down. Like I feel like some of us can get a little anxious in there and like, oh no, I have to like talk
sure,
about like my feelings and like why I'm upset at practice and like
yeah,
all this stuff. But he does a good job of like
yeah,
making sure it's like comfortable for all of us, and we're not like
for sure,
scared to like say anything, and he's not going to judge us for like,
mm-hmm.
oh, like I got mad at coach for this, and like we can like share those types of
Right,
things. So
Yeah.
It definitely like took a little bit. Like me as a freshman, I was like, there's no way I'm standing in front of 15 or whatever amount of girls we had on our team and talking about like what holds me back and like why, like my fears and stuff. Like that was like super like
Yep.
unsettling for me, but I've definitely grown in that part a lot.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. I think about my 15-year-old self, playing with guys older than me. I was quiet.
Yep.
I'm not sure if I would have said anything. So
Yeah.
I could kind of understand that.
Uh-huh.
I can kind of understand that. I guess what does that do for y'all as a team, like as a whole, as you continue to hear everybody's struggles and opening up your vulnerability?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, we come off the court, like we get pulled out, like coach is mad at us, and like we go down and
Yeah.
we don't shake anyone's hands. Like that's kind of a standard on our team. That's like really unacceptable. Like we're all comfortable with each
Yeah.
other. Like some people like need like a minute like to calm down, but like it's just a standard that we set for each other, and we know like the underclassmen coming in know that like we talk about this kind of stuff, and like this is what makes us so good. It's just because we're allowed to like make mistakes and that kind of stuff. So it kind of just helps like the team chemistry and the culture for sure.
For sure.
And just like hearing like when we were really good, like hearing like outside noises and like what people have said about it, especially this year, just like being compared to our team the past 3 years, just knowing that like we're a team and we can't worry about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. That's great. Makes me want to play for you. Cause it's not usually the culture. It's not usually the culture of sports in general.
Yep.
Especially I think on the male side too, where it's like, you just shut up and just suck it
Yeah.
up and play. You know what I mean? To have a space where you can kind of let that stuff out, and hopefully a safe space. I think it just helps you. It helps you
Yeah,
kind of
for
unwind.
sure,
It
for
helps
sure.
you, build trust in everybody but yourself too. So I guess what does Coach Glass say about like, I'm sure it's a safe space and like whatever is said doesn't leave the room. Is that the
Yep.
type of
Yeah.
expectation? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. That's great. Well, shout out to Coach Glass. I got his Twitter or the
Yep.
Twitter from you. So I'll definitely be reaching out to talk more about that. But I think that's a main reason why y'all have been
Yeah,
so
for sure.
great
Yep.
and will continue to be great. Yeah. So that's amazing. For real, that's amazing. So senior year, 3 games in, what are you just looking forward to the most as you enjoy these next few months in your senior year?
Probably just like being able to spend like time with like my teammates and like this kind of group. It's kind of surreal. Like we even like the girls younger, like the junior class, or even like Josie Smith, or the sophomore. We've played together like
Yeah.
community ed, courthouse, like when we were little, really young.
Wow.
So just like all be like back on
Yeah.
the same team again is just like crazy to me, and just being able to like think that in like 6 months like I won't be here anymore. So just like really like cherishing
Man.
like the last like few months, like being able to play basketball for Hudsonville is super cool.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. It does go by fast. So
Yeah,
definitely enjoy
it's
it.
crazy.
I ain't gotta tell you. Yeah, for sure. So senior, I'm talking to senior Maddie right now. Talk about if you were able to have a conversation with freshman Maddie, what types of things would you say to her?
I would probably say just to keep working, put your head down. I mean, it's hard. Like my freshman year, I was struggling. Like it's hard to like be the freshman. Like I was the only freshman varsity that year, and just like
Yeah.
I felt like there was like a target on my back from like the jump. So like being able to get over that kind of stuff, and it like all works out in the end. Like to think that I'm in like the position I am today, like I would not believe it
Yeah.
as a freshman.
Man. Crazy. It's like freshman Maddie had no idea.
Yeah, it's
what's
crazy.
Coming. Had no idea it was coming. That's dope. Before we get to quick hitters, this is not on the script. This is just all freestyle. But I want to get into the mind of you, Maddie, and what makes you you? What makes you a dog on the court? Like, just go back to the beginning. Like, how did it all start?
That's a good question. I don't know. I been like super competitive, like anything I do, like
Yeah.
I have an older brother, he's 7 years older than me, so I've always like been
Okay.
young, really younger, smaller, and like picked on and like by his friends and stuff. So like
Yeah.
just like I think that just like kind of like instilled in me at a young age, and then just being able to grow up and like watch what he was like he did like athletically, and just like being like, oh wow, like I can be like that. And just like kind of like
Yeah.
having like the underdog mentality, like someone's always better than you, so you just got to keep your head down and keep working and keep pushing. So I think that's like,
Yeah.
I mean, every day, every game, every practice, whatever it is, like knowing that someone's like a step ahead of you, and I have to catch them like as quick as possible. So I think that's like the
Right.
kind of like how I got here.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, having an older sibling will do that for sure. Yeah, I had two of them. Older sister and older brother. I got a little sister too. But my older brother definitely
Yeah,
picked
for
on
sure.
me, bullied me. Yeah, so yeah, I know how it is. Yeah. So let's talk about work ethic as a, future D1 player. Obviously, you have the skills to make
Yep.
it to that level. Talk about like the work that you put in, the sacrifice that you had to make in order to get there.
Just like being able to like be comfortable, like not being around like your friends and like going to all this stuff. Like I'm a super, like I love my family. Like the only people I ever hang out with is my family.
Yeah.
And like I've just
Okay.
never been like big on like going out and like hang with friends. Like I'd rather like go to the gym and shoot and that kind of stuff. So like just being able to have that like next level mindset and like this is what I want to do like with my life is like, I mean, I've
Yeah.
always been like that. Like you ask me what I'm doing like on a Saturday night, I'm probably sitting here watching a basketball game or in the gym, like
Yeah.
lifting or shooting. Like just like that part of it is like
Right.
I don't know, I've just always been like that.
Yeah. That's what's up. So in about 5-6 years, my daughter Harmony, I'm gonna have her come back and watch this interview and like see what she says. See what she says.
See,
Number one,
hopefully
yeah,
it's the same thing.
right. Number one, she's in the gym over hanging out with her friends. Number two, she likes hanging out with her family. So yeah, I'm gonna be
sure.
brokenhearted the day she wants to hang out with her friends over me. But crazy. But yeah, like I talk to my friend, shout out to Jabbar all the time, and he works with athletes. He's strength and conditioning coach, and he mentions like all the great athletes that I work with, they have the same trait. They're either loners or they're just weirdos. And they don't care about they don't care about popularity, they don't care about status, they just care about their sport and getting their
I'd
schoolwork
agree.
done. Yeah, would you agree?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just like being able to think people, it like sticks out too. I think people like in knowing that like you have the friends that are like, oh, like I completely understand is also like really important. Because if you had like
Oh yeah.
people or like friends who like cared that you weren't hanging out with them, then like those aren't your friends. Like they know what's important to you, and like for you to be able to go out and go to the gym and stuff, hang out with them is super, super important. Super, super important.
Man, that's amazing. Yeah, to have supportive friends that understand that,
Yeah.
that's hard to come by too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I'd agree.
Yeah. But that's what's up. That's what's up. So hopefully, all the players listening, especially if you're a younger player, just knowing that it takes sacrifice, staying home, when everybody else is going out partying, going to the gym, everybody's going out, partying, whatever. So what about summers? Summers was always the hardest for me because my friends were at pool parties, going up north to the cottage. Not to say I didn't do that, but I didn't do it as much. So talk about that and how that was for you.
I think for me, like we start with NBA or like we started so like right in June. Um,
Yeah.
we like well like obviously in like April and May and stuff, but like in June like we're kind of their high school themes as long with NBA. But like
Mm-hmm.
knowing that like your teammates at NBA are the same, like have the same traits as you and aren't gonna go do that stuff and like people hang out with them and go shoot or like Macy like lives like right by NBA, so like we go to her house and like that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
For
just
sure.
like hanging around the people who are like just like you.
Man.
And I mean, you're gone
Yeah.
all of July, so like you don't. I mean, you see like pictures and videos and like, oh, everyone went on this trip or like is here, and you're like, oh dang, like, but you're like,
Yeah.
I'm here, like chasing my dream. So like,
For sure.
it's always worth it in the end. So
Yeah.
in the
No
moment,
doubt.
you're kind of like, oh crap, I wish I was there, but it's
Yeah.
all worth it.
Goodness. It is worth it. It is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It makes it so much easier when you have, friends that
Mm-hmm.
want to grind just like
Yep,
you.
for sure.
And that's your what you have in common is going to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's dope. So I hope y'all are learning from this, especially for the past couple minutes. Maddie's shooting out gems right now. Gems. This is a D1 player right here, so y'all gotta listen. Y'all gotta listen. Cool. So for the sake of time, we're about 31 minutes. Let's do the quick hitters. You answered these before, so shouldn't be too tough.
Yeah.
First one is 3 athletes that you follow.
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Splash Brothers. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
one of the best duos to
Yep.
ever do it.
Yeah.
And then Brianna Stewart.
Breonna
Those three
Stewart.
for sure.
No doubt. No doubt. So quick thing on Steph. Did you see that video of him like making
Yeah.
those?
And then it was like, edited or like whatever. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I kind of wouldn't be surprised, like, if it was
Yeah.
real, just because of how, like, some of the things, some of the shots that he just throws up and is just insane. But it was
Right,
kind of funny
right.
when they, like, showed, like, the video of, like, them editing it. So,
Yeah, yeah. That the morning I saw it, I texted my boys. I was just like, huh? Like I was just confused.
yeah.
But my boy Josh was just like, I refuse to believe this is real. And I say, bro, I don't know, man. Like this is Steph
I
Curry
was
we talking about.
confused at first. I was like, there's a chance, like, that this could definitely be real.
Yeah, yeah. Crazy. So this is not Brianna Stewart, but we heard today that Brittany Griner is out of prison
Yep.
in Russia. How dope is that?
I mean, yeah, I mean, for her to be over there for that long, I mean, that's not fair at
Yeah.
all. So, and I mean,
Right.
she missed, or like to miss her over here, like playing and stuff.
Entire
So just to have her
season.
back is just like amazing.
Yeah. Just in time for the holidays.
Exactly.
Which is
Yeah.
incredible. But can you imagine like the mental just struggle that she's probably going to have for a while just off all of that,
Yeah.
trauma,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah, that's terrible.
the good thing is it's only up from here.
Yeah,
So,
for real.
yeah. So shout out Brittany Griner. Glad she's back or coming back.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who are some artists on your pregame list?
This is always a fun question. I'm not like kind of like whatever's on. Like I don't know. I don't really
Yeah.
like listen like to music before. It's just like my teammates in the locker room like will listen, like have the speaker going and stuff. But I just like to sit there chill. Like I can't get myself too hyped up
Yeah.
and then go out there and like start like airballing and stuff. So I'm definitely just more
Yeah,
chill,
for
like
sure.
relax before the game. So it's kind of just
No
whatever.
doubt. No doubt. Yeah. Do you listen to music at all? Like what about just on your free time?
A little bit. I mean, in the car, like that kind of stuff. I really like whatever. Like I'm not picky at all. So just whatever's
Yeah.
on.
Okay. That's what's up. You probably an easy person to ride with then.
Yeah. Yep. Not too picky.
I remember fighting with my friends. Yeah. I remember fighting with my friends all the time. Like, man.
Who's that ox? Like all this.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I think I remember who you said in this question, but if you play in the Macker tomorrow or any 3 3-on-3. Who are you bringing with you to win that championship?
Do I get 2 or 3?
You get 3. The full
Okay.
team before. Yeah.
Macy Brown, McKenna Ferguson, and Gabby Reynolds.
Dang.
Yeah. Those
Squad.
for sure. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who's guarding y'all. All 4
Nobody.
y'all.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's dope. Do you guys... Westside was in the red, right?
Yeah, we'll play Gabby twice. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we play
So you
Macy
play them
tomorrow, and then we
twice.
play McKenna on Tuesday. So we all get to play twice.
Y'all have a tough schedule.
Yeah, it's pretty. And then we play Wayne Memorial next Saturday.
Sheesh.
So we probably still have one of, if not the hardest schedule in the state. In my opinion, I mean, especially after what we lost, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, no doubt. Dang. Well, I mean, you guys are Hudsonville, so you guys
only
got
make
a
us
name.
better.
So I mean, right, exactly. So hopefully I'll pay off for you guys in March.
For sure.
So yeah. Well, I'll be keeping tabs on y'all. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Against Macy and EGR. I can't say who I'm going for. I'm neutral on that one. I love both you guys, so
that's fine.
I'll be rooting for the both of you. So whoever wins, I'll be happy. I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And if both of you get 30, I'll be even more happy. So
I bet we'll both try our hardest for that one.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, good stuff.
Yeah.
I appreciate you again,
Thank
especially
you.
trying a second time. I think the second time around was even better. So we had a practice run, so we're all good. All right. Well, shout out to Maddie Petroelje for spending some time with me again. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. You can catch us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Make sure you share this episode out. Till next time. Peace.